Cancer, what up, though, family? Welcome to Swimming Through the Void. Today, we are going to take an overall look into the year of 2025. Now, that doesn't change the fact that these messages are timeless and that if you find yourself here, there'll be a message here for you. But I wanted to connect here on the Cancer full moon to the sign of Cancer, start this year off right, bring it home to the sign of Cancer, and just take a look at the year for the collective. I did grab a couple oracle cards. Actually, quite a few came out here for you. I used this Moonology oracle deck. I used the Faceted Garden and the Illuminated Earth oracle decks to catch the overall vibe here of the year, and then we're going to go through with the tarot and probably grab maybe a card for each month or maybe a couple cards for maybe each quarter. I didn't plan these out. You know me, I'm just going with what spirit wants to do, but that's the idea. That's my intention, is to take a look at the year, and this feels like a big one for you, Cancer. It actually feels really good. Not to say that there isn't some challenging energies coming through as well, but this feels really good. So let's run through these cards. We'll break it down, and then we'll dive into the message. The first card to come out for you today in the Moonology, the only card to come out for you today in the Moonology deck, is the full moon in Capricorn, which is the opposite sign of Cancer here. And it says the end of a tough cycle approaches. As soon as that card came out, and every sign has been getting this card as I've been using the Moonology deck for the past month or couple of months in the collective readings, just to catch the overall vibe. And the bottom of the deck here is the disseminating moon, and it says take time to breathe out. And I thought that captured the vibe, at least, astrologically speaking as well. So well, Spirit was like, stop there. So the end of a tough cycle approaches. Cancer, take some time to breathe out. It does feel like a time of recalibration, as we've had the North and South nodes going through the signs of Aries and Libra for the past 18 or so months. And I feel like this could really be a time of maybe like getting back to your truth, getting back to, it's almost like a part of yourself, Cancer, was put on hold for a little bit to navigate that transit. And now I feel like the full you is coming online, I guess, is the best way I could put that into words. And it's kind of similar here in the Illuminated Earth, or I'm sorry, the Faceted Garden I grabbed from first, and then clarified these four cards with the Illuminated Earth Oracle cards. And the first card to come through for you here was the Bloom card. Now that was clarified in the Illuminated Earth by memory in reverse and resilience. So let's run through these each, and then we'll kind of break down how this feels. After Bloom, you got Morning Song, and that was clarified by the Erosion card. Then you got the Mycelium card, clarified by the Protection card. And feel free to use your intuition as well to connect with these images, to connect with these cards, and drop any messages you may get down in the comments below as well. It's always interesting to see things through, the lens of the collective as well. So the last card to come through for you in the Faceted Garden was the Animal Allies, and that was clarified by the Obstacle card. So this whole bottom row here in the Illuminated Earth, especially Bloom with memory in reverse and resilience, again, it's like this full version of you. It's like this full bloom, Cancer coming online. And I feel like this first message is really about being strong and having the courage to maybe move past some of this old programming. And that's kind of what the beginning of this year feels like, is as you step into this new chapter, there will be the old thought patterns and old habits and old ways of doing things, and maybe even old relationships that want to like kind of come back in a sense, to one degree or another. And it feels like you're going to be working through some of that. But with all of this energy here, it's just saying, hey, we're moving through a portal. This is a new chapter. Anything that has eroded its way into our energy, into our emotional space, into our physical world, especially if you have that inner feeling like it's played its role and its time is up, it's going to take a little bit of strength and, maybe courage to push past that, to move through that. And what I also see coming through this year, as we did have the South Node in Libra all last year through 2024, we worked through a lot of relationship stuff. And this doesn't just have to do with relationships with others, but also our own relationship with ourselves, as the North Node was in Aries. I feel like 2024 was truly a year of deep clearing, karmically speaking, energetically speaking. And this mycelium card is saying, as we move into 2025, there will be new connections. And mycelium, right? It's kind of like the root system of a mushroom. And mycelium is interesting because it actually sends energetic communication through the mycelium, right? That kind of acts as almost like an internet system for wherever they're growing, for the forest, we'll just say, right? And so what I felt with this mycelium and this protection is that as you move into this new year, Cancer, there's going to be new connections coming into your world, coming into your life, that are going to have a much deeper meaning, that are going to be on a much higher level. It's like you're stepping into the next level of your journey, and your relationships are going to reflect that as you've cleared a lot and healed a lot and done a lot of work. Right? And I still feel like there's going to be this old programming coming up, but this is where we lock in and anchor into the new programming. And Spirit's really saying that these new connections that are being formed here are divine. They're very divinely orchestrated and divinely protected. And again, they're kind of on this higher level. It's more of like an energetic connection, a true connection, as opposed to just like a mundane physical connection, right? And then we have the animal allies and the obstacle card. So I feel like whatever it is you're working through, whatever obstacles, whatever resistance, whatever blockages you could say that you're working through at this time, you're getting the signs and synchronicities. You're seeing the times on the clock. You're seeing the animals cross your path. And this is really about connecting with the medicine that is all around you, with the signs and synchronicities at this time, and having that communication and conversation with the divine so you can work through any obstacles and blockages. And it feels like that's going to be, it's almost like the end of the clearing, so we can unhindered move into this new world that we are consciously co-creating. On the bottom of the illuminated earth, we have fertility. And on the bottom of the faceted garden, we have consciousness, which is just not only speaking to this ripe, time right now for truly ascending and leveling up and growing and moving to new states of consciousness, but I think you've already been doing that, Cancer. And I think it is really fertile grounds. It's a really fertile time right now to plant seeds. It's a really fertile time for healing and for self-care right now, and for connecting with spirit. Right? First card on the bottom of the Moonology. Take time to breathe out. Take some you time. Take some self-care time, Cancer. So this feels like it's going to be a beautiful year for you. It feels like it's going to be a big year, a new chapter. And you've come a long way. So also take some time, I want to say, to celebrate yourself and to celebrate your journey and to celebrate all that you've overcome as well. We're going to start with the double major today. I am going to say a quick prayer. We'll invite the divine into this space with us. And I want to say thank you all as well for being here in this space with me, with us. Thanks for stopping through and showing love, Cancer. Welcome to all of the first-time viewers and all my OGs. Y'all know I love you and I appreciate you. Let's get it. Feel free to join me in prayer. Holy Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit, Spirit guides, guardian angels, archangels, ancestors, messages for Cancer today for their highest good. Anything Cancer needs to hear or know. Any messages that will bring them clarity and confirmation, healing, wisdom, understanding. Any messages that will empower the collective and help us align with our highest selves, with our highest timelines, with our best lives. And of course, above all of that, any messages that will help the collective align with the highest divine will for our journeys through this lifetime will be truly appreciated. All praise and glory forever and ever. Amen. Ashe. So as I was shuffling, this double major, Spirit told me to stop. As I stopped, I looked at the bottom card here, and I think this is really it. We can still grab one to see what wants to come out, what wants to come through, but this is definitely a message here. And Spirit's saying, yeah, you heard me. Yeah, you heard me. It is the Hanged Man. Okay, Piscean energy here. And this is truly about your path to enlightenment. And I'm having a major deja vu right now. This speaks to the transformation that you've been through, the chains that you've broken, the path that you've taken to get to where you're at. It speaks to all of the times, Cancer, that you've felt stuck, you've felt hindered, you felt like you weren't making any progress. And now standing here in this moment with me, I'm sure you can look back and you're truly seeing like, wow, like every little bit of that was divine. I have grown so much. I've learned so much. I am doing so much healing. I am discovering this part of me that maybe was buried, right? It's like this true, authentic version of you coming online. And I think this is the point, Cancer, where we take all of that enlightenment that we've gained during that time of being upside down, of being stuck, of being hindered, right? And we're seeing that it's truly helped us to see the world through a different lens, to get a completely new perspective on things. And now we're able to take that enlightenment, and I'm gonna say it like this, and Spirit's emphasizing this, to let ourselves down off of the tree, right? And if you ever noticed in the Hanged Man, it's actually the Hanged Man himself that hung himself up there, that is kind of keeping himself there. And I feel like this is about you kind of building from the foundation that you've laid, so to speak, as you move forward into this new year. And you know, it's also Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. It's disillusion, it's dissolving, it's ego death. It is fully transcending and moving into a new world and, you know, unexplored territory, uncharted territory. And then we have the North Node in the sign of Pisces, and the North Node, astrologically speaking, has to do with our destiny. So I think you're one step closer, Cancer, and I think this is going to be about, 2025 is going to be about true alignment. And look what we have right under that: true alignment with your authenticity, with your truth, and with this new world and new you. Okay, so let's get it. I think we're going to do it by quarter. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. We'll do it maybe by quarter. And if I'm guided, I'll grab specifics for the months. Or maybe I think what we're what Spirit's wanting me to do is grab a card for each quarter, and then we'll grab a card for each month of that quarter. So that way we have kind of like an overview of the vibe of the quarter, and then we'll just grab a vibe of every month and see how that goes. Holy Spirit, what is the first quarter bring? Okay, so actually I'm being told to use this Light Seers tarot deck to grab the vibe of the quarters, and then we will use the, I think it's called Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, what I've been using these past couple of months, to grab the vibe for each month. So what is first quarter, January, February, March, looking like for Cancer? Please, Spirit. Beautiful. Thank you. Wow, nines. 2 nines coming out. April, May, June, please. Second quarter. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow, 999. Some of y'all are going to start seeing 999 if you have not been already. July, August, September, third quarter. All the nines out here. Cancer. And I think, what is it? 20, 25, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is a 9 year. So, wow. And that's exactly what I've been feeling and channeling and getting. And it's just so crazy. It never fails to amaze me or blow my mind when all of the pieces start coming together. And the more you expand your awareness, the more you see how all of the pieces fit. And it's just, it's always so beautiful. It's so divine. Last quarter of 2025. So it's a 9 year, right? And just like the bottom row here, a lot of this bottom row to me felt like working through resistance, changing patterns and reprogramming, getting through the blockages and obstacles from within and without. And that's exactly what this feels like. It is a year of healing. It's a year of connection. It's a year of rest and meditation. It is a year of, and I know I already said healing, but when I say this, Cancer, this is like deep soul level healing. It's almost like everything that you've been through up until this point has all just come out and come up, and it's all being released. It feels like this year you are going to be light as a feather by the end of the year and ready to move into 2026 in full alignment with where your soul wants to be now, right? And so it does feel still like there's clearing with all these nines out here. And the first quarter, we start with, the first card to actually come out was the 9 of Cups. But the 9 of Swords came out, and it kind of wanted to be in front of the 9 of Cups. So I think there may be a message in that as well, where the 9 of Cups is kind of like wish fulfillment. And it is like, hey, I'm loving myself, and I'm in my independence, and I am coming into my blessings type energy, right? And the 9 of Swords kind of almost wanting to come in to hinder that. And to me, this is, the swords are thoughts. It's mental energy, and it feels like you're going to be working through some mental energies of like wanting, not letting your stress, your doubts, your fears, your anxieties, anything like that get the best of you. And that ties right in with this resilience, memory, and erosion. It's like these old fears, these old programs from the past, memory in reverse, wanting to come up to block us, to hinder us, to stop us. That voice in our head, whatever it may be, that old relationship, whatever it may be. And the divine is really saying, Cancer, you have the strength, the wisdom, the knowledge, and the courage to push through this. So let's grab January, February, March, and see what that's all about. We're going to start with January. What's January looking like, please, Spirit? Thank you. How about February? Ooh, beautiful. Cancer, you are manifesting. You've got a vision coming online if it's not already within you. Magician and Page of Wands. This is about this new vision, these manifestations, this view of what my future could be. What would truly make me happy? What does my wish fulfillment, my dream come true look like? And so there's two sides I'm seeing of this. Some of you are already in that, the vision's online. You're already kind of connecting with that and inching your way toward that. For some of you, this is just now starting to come through, and you are truly being called to move in this new direction, to start taking action, inspired action, intuitive action toward whatever this dream may be, or for some of you, towards shining your light. And this star also to me is about healing, being that it's the card that comes right after the Tower card, right? And so this is also kind of a message like Cancer coming into the realization like, hey, I create my own reality, and I'm going to dream up the best one I can, and I'm going to take action toward that as I'm guided to. And then here's this old programming or that fear or whatever it may be, Nine of Swords, that mental energy coming up saying, oh my God, but what if you fail? Oh my, but what if it doesn't work out? Or you could never do that. This is doubts and fears and all of those things. And so I see that through the first quarter of this year, you're kind of working through that. But I see this vision coming online, and I'm really being guided to say that, Cancer, you are being divinely guided, and you're being asked to move from that space. It's like if you get the call internally to take the leap, the train out there, wah, Spirit's like, yo, listen up. If you get the call to take that leap, then take it, and do not let your fear paralyze you or hold you back from creating whatever this may be. And then Spirit also needs you to remember, Cancer, that where attention goes, energy flows. I say that in damn near every single reading, if not every single reading, especially when the Magician comes through, because we are co-creators of our reality. Co-creators meaning you're getting this vision from the divine here. It's coming up in your heart, in your spirit, and it's up to us to lock in with that mentally, and it's up to us to take action as we're guided, and it's up to us to overcome our fears and overcome the obstacles by taking this divinely inspired action. But the divine has us every step of the way and is going to attempt to help us clear these blockages internally and externally as well. And that's where Lord Ganesh has been coming through in like every reading lately. And I think we're really being called to work with some type of road opening energy, whether you pray to Jesus or Ganesh, or you do a road opening ritual, or however you connect, the ancestors, right? However you connect, I think we're all being called to, and all that does, the prayers, the working with the different energy, we are consciously, internally focusing and putting our mental energy, first Hermetic principle, all is mind. We are locking our mental energy in with an intention. And then it's up to us to stay locked in with that, and to have that faith the size of a mustard seed, that regardless of how it looks as things rearrange and align, that it is going to happen. That doubt, that fear, that whatever it may be, those are our demons in essence, right? And those are what we need to overcome and battle. Those are our true battles, right? And so it feels like the vision's coming in for Cancer. You're locking in with that. It feels like you're working through some deep internal stuff. And as we come into the second quarter, this is where you're locked in. Okay, I see the Nine of Wands with the Three of Wands. This is very spiritual energy, so it feels to me like the collective is kind of locking in with their spiritual practice and with and with their own spirit and their higher self, and you're pushing through. Just like that resilience card, I think this is about you finding that within yourself, setting these healthy boundaries and continuing to put one foot in front of the other, Cancer. And you see she's on shore here, Three of Wands, waiting for her ships to come in. Here comes the vision, first quarter, second quarter. You're standing at shore like, I know my boats are going to pull up. Period. I put the order out already. I know it's going to show up at my door, and I'm going to continue pushing through as I'm waiting for things to align and lock in and click in place, however you want to say it. So let's grab a April, May, June card. What are we looking like for April? Thank you. And then we have some internal stuff happening here. Okay, so it does feel, wow, Six of Swords with the Devil. And what I was just going to say, that Devil's this Nine of Swords. I was going to say it feels like you're truly healing, locking in with your spirit and overcoming this negative internal dialogue or fear or doubt or whatever it may be. It feels like you're moving on from that, and spirit needs you to know that the worst of the storm is truly over here in this case, and this is going to be about you nurturing and healing yourself as you get to shore, so to speak. And really, that's the journey. The journey is not about the destination. The journey is about the journey, right? That's the whole point. The journey, being present in the here and now as we take this journey. So I'm also getting the message not to be so focused on the destination that you miss out on the journey, to be present, not to put up your walls and I'm closing out because this is what I want, and until I get there, I'm not living my life. It's like, no, live your life and work through the doubts and fears and enjoy the moment as you are being aligned with this entirely new world. And this is really about you. I think there's some deep healing happening in the second quarter here. And I also see a lot of spiritual growth for you, which says a lot to this first quarter. I think you're going to face some challenges. It feels very internal, but you know, as within, so without. And I see you overcoming that. And I see that strengthening your relationship with the divine here, Cancer. May. Okay. June. So there's a lot of healing second quarter. May, it looks like you're taking action. You're doing it scared. You're leaping into the unknown. And it feels like you're really stepping out of your comfort zone here and you're loosening your grip a little bit. So there's this energy about being able to be mutable through this year and kind of go with the flow and roll with the punches, so to speak, and to truly trust and follow your intuition as things are shifting and changing. And again, so there, some of you are getting this vision, and Spirit is saying not to be so locked in and single-minded with the vision that you may miss out on opportunities and different ways to get there. Okay, it may not look like we expected, or it may turn out to be a little bit different, or there may be some unexpected turns, or that type of energy is coming through, and the divine saying, do it scared, do it, leap into the unknown, loosen your grip on the way things need to be, or the master game plan, and trust that the divine has that covered. Okay. Okay. So now I think we're moving into July, a card for July. And this third quarter, I'm trying to look at how these came out. We have, okay, yep. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Okay. So it looks like third quarter is of this year is really when you start to see your hard work paying off. We have the Nine of Pentacles. I got so excited when the fourth nine came out that I think I only grabbed one card. Or no, I grabbed two. Okay. 6, 9, So things turning around, and then it was 8-6. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is your hard work paying off and your blessings starting to come in. And I think it's because of whatever action, whatever bold action, whatever intuitive action you took here in the second quarter really brings in this kind of reward. For some of you, it's a new soulmate or somebody new. Sorry, we got cut off. Or somebody new on your path. I said here it's possibly a soulmate, and this doesn't just have to be romantic, but I want to say on the other side of that, this Lovers is about union, right? And so for some of you, third quarter comes in and you're having this deep awakening, and that is changing your frequency, and now you are literally pulling in new things, new people, new opportunities that are resonant with you on a soul level after all of the growth that you've, done, all of the growth that you've done, everything that you've been through, and how far you've come, I guess you could say as well. Sixes and nines, I think this is blessings that are going to bring joy and harmony. I think whatever you're building is starting to come into fruition here, and you're starting to see that, and it's starting to light you up. So let's look at July in the tarot. What's July look like? July. Yeah. For some of you, okay, where you're not calling anybody in, for some of you, you may be leaving somebody behind or something behind come July, okay? For others, you're having this huge emotional release that is in turn, because we have the Eight of Cups out here twice. So fourth quarter, we got, I don't want to get into that yet, but we did get, part of it was the Eight of Cups. I don't want to confuse the energy. And that's what we have here in July. So this is where you start to release whatever is keeping you bound, whatever is keeping you stuck, whoever is keeping you bound or stuck, whatever internally is keeping you bound or stuck, or kind of feeding off of your energy here. Something feels like it's done and over with, and this third quarter it's like a full release, or at least the beginning of that. For a lot of you, it's with this karmic partner, or for some of you, it's with this old programming from childhood, or this childhood wound, or this trauma that you're working through. And this third quarter, as we're in the summer here in the northern hemisphere, it looks like you're breaking free from that fully. And some of you, like I said, are starting, okay, as we move into July, August, and September. So we move through all of these nines, and then we get into the eights, right? Karma and destiny and abundance. We have temperance. So it looks like July, August, September is going to be about working with whatever energy this is so you can move forward. And there is forward movement coming here. It feels like you're truly breaking free, you're breaking away, you're healing, and you're turning that leaden energy into something golden on your journey. So let's look at the last quarter. What would that be? October, November, December. October, November, December, which we have the Eight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles overlying that with the Four of Swords. So this is like the release, this is the healing, this is where we are able to fully pour into this new world. This is where we're able to fully pull our energies from whatever this devil may have been for you, or whatever this energy that you're working through, right? And it's going to be different for everyone, but it really feels like as we move into 2026, as we move and close out this year, you're closing out a major chapter of your soul's journey, and you're healing on a very deep level. You're becoming so much more connected, and you're moving from that space, from this higher state of consciousness. October. November, yep. Everything we just said, November. Yep. Huge, huge healing here at the end of the year. Huge release. It's the breakthrough. It's the breaking down. It's where you truly shift gears and anchor into this new world, this new chapter. King of Pentacles. Chariot. There you go. December. And there you are in your chariot, Cancer, riding into 2026 victorious. You couldn't write this better. It's literally like a movie here. So this feels like such a huge year. This is your victory, though, and ultimately the chariot is about true divine alignment with divine will. I wasn't sure how I was going to do this message today for you and collectively, because I'm going to do year aheads. So I apologize, Cancer, if your message felt a little bit choppy, because that's how it felt for me, at least, as I was trying to, in my human self, figure out what was going on. It was like jumping in and out of the stream, I guess you could say. Of channeling of consciousness. So I apologize if it felt a little bit choppy or all over the place. And it probably was, and maybe that's how this year is going to feel as well. But it feels really, really good to see you moving in. And that's exactly what I've been picking up intuitively. That's what I've been seeing astrologically. Now it's clicking in numerologically, as well, as we are in a 9-year. All of these 9s turning upside down to these 6s, which is love and harmony and union and balance and all of the things. So whatever vision is coming through for you here, Cancer, whatever is coming up in your spirit at this time, and whatever will be as we move through the first couple of months of the year, lock in with that. It's your soul speaking to you. It is the divine speaking to you and wanting you to know that they are walking with you as you move through these energies and release and heal and ultimately align with this new world, this new chapter, with your victory, with your dream come true, with your vision, or however it's kind of manifesting for you. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the last 9 out here, right, that we could have with the Hermit. And it's the Major Arcana 9 coming through. Huge stamp from Spirit saying, yes, this is huge for you spiritually, Cancer. This does represent the fact that you've come so far, and that this year you really will be closing out a major chapter of your soul's journey and moving on to your next adventure, right? The next card after this would be the Wheel of Fortune, where that wheel turns. And so everything that you've experienced, and we'll just generally say since Pluto went into Capricorn, your opposite sign, we're closing out that major cycle of our lives, and now we're being downloaded, uploaded, whatever you want to say, with the vision, and it is coming online. There's no rush, there's no hurry here, okay? This is about your healing journey. This is about your connection with yourself and with God, with the divine, with the universe, and with your soul's path, North Node in Pisces. It is going to be a year of new spiritual practices, new spiritual connections, connecting spiritually overall. So make sure, and what that means is it doesn't necessarily have to be channeling this star system or that star system. It can. But what that really is and means, it's like death of the ego. I'm learning to be present. I'm learning to have faith. I'm learning to trust. I'm learning to lock in. And I am overcoming my human programming by anchoring into South Node in Virgo, some type of daily practice and routine that connects me spiritually and grounds me here in the now, in the moment. So let's grab an oracle card or 5 and we will close this message off. I hope you're able to take something from this message, though, Cancer. Big messages, big year. It really is a big year for all of us here, the universe, as I say that. And then we got the paradox, which came out. Sorry, Cancer, this camera has been tripping on me lately. I'm so glad I looked up from reading this. So I hope, I don't even know when it cut off. Hopefully you saw this paradox card, though. That's the card that came out for you. And we're going to read it really quick. And it says, this card is a reminder that we can hold two extremes at the same time. Sometimes we focus on things, whether internal or external, and see them as one-sided. But to hold the paradox within us requires strength. To see our most brilliant qualities and our most ugly, to acknowledge that they both live within us, is a gateway to growth. Carl Jung said, the paradox is one of our most valuable spiritual possessions, and for anyone who does shadow work, they know this to be true. But this can also be difficult for many people. If we've been raised in a rigid environment where things are viewed as black and white, it may be hard for us to accept our flaws, let alone love them. One of the best ways to slowly enter a relationship with our internal paradox is to remind ourselves that we did not create these things within us. We inherited them. It does not define us, and yet we are responsible for it. To work more deeply with paradox as you witness yourself throughout the day, identify what types of thoughts you have more of, positive or negative. From there, find the polar extreme. For example, maybe you thought, I'm so fucking lazy. Acknowledge a couple things that makes that true, and then find the polar opposite, like I'm hardworking, and acknowledge a few things or experiences to prove that you are hardworking, etc. Wow, the paradox, a year of polarity. 6s and 9s, right? A year of polarity. And to me, they're not opposites, but just think about how that looks. It's like, can we see it this way and can we see it that way? Hanged Man, can we see it from that other point of view? Can we see it through different eyes, right? And take a more enlightened and spiritual approach, which just means cultivating a bit of distance between our thoughts and realizing that we are not our thoughts, and learning to witness and learning to steer that a little bit more consciously, right? So let's grab a message from the cosmos. We'll grab a message from your mind, and then we will grab a message from Ma. What is the message from the cosmos for Cancer for 2025? Please, Spirit. Remember that you cannot change anyone but yourself. And listen to your body and do what it is asking of you. Now a message from Cancer's mind for 2025. Please, Spirit. You got 2. You got pause and jump in. And on the bottom we got it's time. You're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. Allow yourself to step back. Like I said, there's no rush here. Allow yourself to step back, look at all of the possible outcomes, and make sure you're heading in the right direction before moving forward and jumping in, right? It's that time. You're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take that leap anyway. This is the time. Cancer, I hope you all are truly taking care of yourself and taking a pause as we are amidst this full moon in your sign. Things could be and we have Mars right over here a couple degrees away, right? Things could be agitated. Things could be seeming big right now in a lot of different ways. And so it is a time of pausing and taking time to breathe out and breathe in as well. Divine Mother, what is the message for the Mother of the Zodiac for Cancer? Beautiful. moksha of Kali. Relief shall come swiftly. Soon you'll see things differently. Soon you will see things differently. This is moksha. This is awakening. This is enlightenment. You are going to be liberated from the struggle you're currently experiencing, so be true to yourself and your life path, and you'll attract the way forward. You will overcome all opposition, be released into improved circumstances, and be supported to bring your sacred path to fruition. Cancer, my babies, that is what I have for you for the year 2025. I hope you are able to take something of value with you along your journey from this message. I just want to say again that I appreciate you all being here, and I appreciate you all supporting this work, supporting what I do here. Your likes, your shares, your comments, your donations are all deeply appreciated, family. 2024 was truly a rough year on all of us, and I personally am so looking forward to this year, this 9-year, and really stepping into, the vision. I think for a lot of us, it's been coming online for years now, and this is where things really start clicking. I think there's things coming up to the surface right now that we didn't even realize were still there, and I think we need to give ourselves space and grace as we navigate and swim through these waters, as we swim through this void. Trust and believe that the end of that cycle is here, my babies, and it is the dawn of a new day, a much more beautiful, connected, and spiritual and conscious day and phase, family. So it really is something to be excited about. So with that, I hope y'all have a blessed full moon. I hope y'all have a blessed rest of your day. I love and appreciate y'all. Gang, gang. And I will see you beautiful beings on the next reading.